Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's jump right into Survivor. This is episode 13. This was a 2-hour episode. They got rid of one of my favorite all-time players, Jeremy, this episode. But it's time. It was time. And a lot of good stuff happened. A lot of good stuff was revealed, but no one took action. And I'm still at the point where it's Tony's game to lose, but I really don't even see how as of right now, they even get Tony out. Like, I don't even see it. But let's jump right into this episode. I know it's a 2-hour episode. I know I like to talk, but I don't think I really have that much to say because a lot of it was pretty predictable. But bear with me if I start to chatting too much. It's going to be good, y'all. It's going to be good. Okay. So, I already said that. This is Tony's game to lose. So, back at camp, Michelle does not understand the votes. She does not understand why, if Jeremy was going to be safe, and who they sent home last week, Kim, and Kim was going home, why didn't anybody tell her? Was it Kim who went home? I done forgot already. But, like, why didn't you tell me? Like, at least Jeremy, like, why ain't nobody tell me and I ain't have to give you the coin and, you know, all this and all that. Jeremy says he doesn't trust anybody. It's him and Michelle. But I'm like, Jeremy, you obviously trust Tony. Because if you didn't trust Tony, why are you so mad at him? Anyway, I'm just looking at the episode and I'm like, I just love how Tony talks to people just in conversation. Because if you listen to Tony and you hear what he's saying and not just laughing at him because he's funny, he telling you he coming for your ass and that he should not be trusted. Like Tony and Jeremy were talking and Jeremy's like, we got 9 more days. We got a week left. He's like, that's 2 weeks. And Jeremy's like, where do you get 2 weeks out of 9 days? He was like, it's 5 days in a week. And Jeremy's like, it's not business days. It ain't no weekends off out here. And Tony tells Jeremy, you off. Get it together, Angie. I just love the freeness of them laughing and talking. Who the hell made a calendar out there? What's your boy name? Chris Wendell. What's your boy's name? I can't remember. Whoever played with Wendell that year. He told your ass at the very beginning, don't go out there making all these games, all that furniture. Y'all got a whole hotel, outdoor camp setup out there. Y'all got swings, benches, beds, games, calendars. Wendell, you was doing too much. But anyway, get on track. Get on track. Okay. Then you see Tony talking to Sarah. And he telling Sarah, like, they talking about how cops saw us to the end. And he was like, I got you one season and you got me. You want one, I want one. He's like, this the tiebreaker. And Sarah's like, yeah, this the tiebreaker. See who break the tie this season. Because they plan on being in the final 3 with Ben. And he was like, I don't know, I might have to blindside you. And I just start cracking up. Because I'm like, Sarah, he's going to blindside you. Because I don't see... Right now, Tony can go to the end with Ben and Sarah and win the game. Like, if Tony is sitting in that final 3, to me, he wins the game hands down. Yes, he hurt Jeremy. Yes, that Sophie vote is gonna sting. But you have to think this season, you have people in the jury from week 1 who Tony did nothing to, and all they get to see is Tony playing this amazing game. So, Tony's gonna win. Like... Hands down. If he's there, he wins. So, the plan this week is let's vote out Nick. Ben, it's like it's me, you, me, Ben, Sarah, Tony. Ben, Sarah, Tony. And They want to vote out Nick this week. Okay, we have the challenge. It's a basketball and a slide puzzle. Okay. I hate slide puzzles. I would be there all day. That once I seen that challenge, I just say, where the milk and cookies at? Cause I ain't figuring out that slide puzzle. Anyway, Nick wins. Nick needed to win because he was getting ready to go home. So now, easy. We all in for Denise. Denise, everybody in for Denise? Cool. Let's go lay out in the water. Let's chill. I think Denise would have went home if Jeremy would have shut up. I understand Jeremy wants to make moves. And Ben would have been a great vote out. But Jeremy's problem is that he told Tony. So Ben is now like, I don't wanna Denise to go. I don't think Ben has any kind of pull to change a vote. I think they just appease Ben because he hates Jeremy for whatever reason. But Ben was like, I'm gonna try to get Michelle and Jeremy against each other. Jeremy, you think you can get Michelle's 50-50 coin? Ding, 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 ding. If Denise is the vote, why do I need Michelle's 50-50 coin? So I guess Ben did kind of set it off. And then Michelle, you can't even trust Jeremy. Watch he ask for your 50-50 coin tonight. And of course they put 2 and 2 together. Ben can't be trusted. Everyone's like, Ben. They go to Nick. Nick is like, yes, Ben. And so for whatever reason, I guess you do have to have a fourth. They probably couldn't have pulled in Denise. I don't know. But moving on. So at Tribunal, there's no whispers this week. It's straight up, Jeff can ask his questions and we're going to answer them and we're going to vote. I like that. So Michelle, everyone votes. Michelle plays her 50-50 coin. She looking at Jeremy like, should I play it for Jeremy? Should I play it for me? I'm not mad at Michelle for playing the 50-50 coin on herself. To me, if you wanted to save Jeremy and you want to be mad at someone, you have to be mad at Nick for not flipping his vote to Ben. If anything, Nick knew they were splitting the votes. If Michelle would have played that coin on Jeremy and Jeremy would have landed on safe, then in the revote, all the votes would have been on Michelle and Michelle would be gone. So I'm not mad at Michelle for saving herself in that instance. But Nick, as soon as you knew that they were splitting the votes and you could have easily flipped your vote to Ben, Ben wasn't playing any idol. Matter of fact, you don't even know that Ben has an idol for you not to flip your vote. You should have flipped it. Ben would have been gone like that. And you would probably still be in the game, Nick. I'm sure you would have still been in the game. But that didn't happen. And we got to say bye to Jeremy. And Jeremy is pissed. He's like, Tony, you did that. You flipped the vote on me. You voted me out. Like, I don't even know why you mad at Tony, Jeremy. Tony was never really your alliance. You were never really solid with Tony. Tony was just saving you. If anything, you should be thanking Tony that you were allowed to stay in the game as long as you were in the game. Because if it was not for Tony, that week after you played your little advantage, if it was not for Tony the past 2 weeks, you would have been gone. So I don't understand why he's mad at Tony. I hear they have a little Twitter beef going on. I don't understand it. But it is what it is. Jeremy, you weren't playing a smart game for a while. It just wasn't your season. Tony is just playing a great game. And I want to know. Let me flip over. I want to know now from Nick. Okay, you want to vote out Jeremy because you can't beat Jeremy. Can you beat Tony? Nick, who can you beat? Like, you would have, for Nick to win the game, he would have had to ban with Jeremy and Michelle, get out Ben, get out Sarah, get out Tony, and then flip with Michelle and Denise to get out Jeremy. Like, that's the only way I see Nick even having a path to win the game. I don't see Nick being anyone. And even in that scenario, who's to say they wouldn't give it to Denise or Michelle? Like, right now, and I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, the only person who I can see outside of Tony who would even deserve to win the game is Michelle. Because Michelle is the only one, as of right now, I know people have done it in the past, but as of right now, this episode, she's the only one dropping seeds of, and Denise, Michelle and Denise. We can't beat Tony in the end. We can't go to the final three with Tony. They're the only ones. Like, even Sarah and Ben don't deserve to win. Because anyone who was blinded by Tony means you have no idea what's going on in the game and that he's running the show. But we're going to get there. I want to know now that Jeremy is gone, what has Ben seen that only he sees? Because I'm like, who's the biggest threat now? Is he thinking that he's the biggest threat now? None of these people have pulled together a vote. Tony blindsided everyone and got out Sophie. Then came back the very next week and at Tribal Council got out Kim. So who do you think is running the show? It damn sure ain't you guys. Every idea y'all come, every time y'all want to change a vote, we got to go see what Tony says on both sides of the alliance. Tony, can we vote out Ben? Tony, what you think about Denise? Tony, what you think about Nick? Like, moving on. It's a new day. Michelle knows that she next. Michelle goes up to Sarah. Michelle is telling Sarah, you think you might want to make a move because you ain't going to beat Tony. Don't you want to win this thing? I mean, everybody out here to win. And Sarah's like, yeah, I plan on winning. And Michelle's like, how? Sitting up here behind Tony, you ain't about to win nothing. And in Sarah's mind, and see, I know what Sarah and Ben are thinking. They're thinking the classic thing that a lot of survivors think. We're making all of these decisions together. And Michelle dropped the biggest gem onto you, Sarah. Perception is everything. You all could be sitting up in a 3-ring boardroom planning out A, B, C, D action plans. But the perception is, and the jury has even said it, Tony is running the show. And week by week, as you're putting people onto edge of extinction, I said it right, y'all. Finally, after the season about to be over, I done said it right. Every time you put somebody over there on the edge of extinction, they're telling people about Tony. Ain't nobody talking about Sarah or Ben. Matter of fact, people can't stand Ben. And Sarah, you're viewed as Tony's puppet. He's pulling you along. Like, he voted out your best friend and you're still working with him. But let's move on. Sarah does the thing that any other pull-alonger would do. She runs back. You know Michelle over there saying can't nobody beat Tony. Michelle gotta go. Michelle gotta go. She talking about you, Tony. Instead of keeping that gem for yourself and thinking about it a little bit long, pondering on the thoughts. You want to go run tell Tony. One, so he can kill every point of truth Michelle just dropped on you. Tony's about to kill it in your mind. And two, he wants to vote out Michelle, the only truth talker. Moving on. So now they're over there on the edge and they get the clue. Yule has the clue for it's a new advantage putting out there. Everybody run off some kind of clue, some about a throne. Everybody thinks they know where the throne is, but of course, the queen of the edge knows what they're talking about. Wendell running his ass off. Wendell like, I know I'm about to beat Natalie. She can't outrun me. But Wendell done ran his ass up the hill. And Natalie was like, see, his dumb ass done ran up the hill. And the advantage is over here. And Natalie, the queen of extinction, found it. It's really a disadvantage to sell into the game. Natalie is running these people for their coins. Natalie and Parvati, they running people for their coins. She said, here you go, Nick. You can give somebody this disadvantage at the challenge, but run me my 8 coins. And of course, Nick paid it. He got 2 coins from Michelle. And they got the disadvantage. Okay. Nick, and it's a blind disadvantage. They get to disadvantage somebody and nobody even know where it came from. And people on Survivor got some good poker faces. I see why they out there playing Survivor poker. Because ain't nobody dropping no clues that they the owner of this advantage. Because I would have been at, when Jeff would have said Ben, I would have like, like, I can't control the face. Can't control the face. I was like, your ass got a disadvantage. And they would have known. They was like, Angie did that shit. I'm sorry. I try not to curse. Okay. We're at the Dominoes challenge where you got a wobbly thing you got to skip through, set up your blocks. If you can make it go domino and hit a gong, you win. Okay. Cool challenge. I like it. Ben has to do an extra 30 blocks. I don't know. Ben had a disadvantage. It don't even matter because Michelle wins. And I like how Michelle is a G. She was like, I needed this, Jeff. You see they asses ain't clapping for me. And Jeff was like, hold up. What you mean? You needed this for the game or for today? She was like, Jeff, I need this for today. They said anybody but Michelle. I'm getting ready to go home. I needed this. You see they ain't clapping. And then finally, here go Nick and everybody join in clapping like, yeah, congrats. They play it how you mean it. Play it how you mean it. I wasn't mad. Anyway, they get back to camp. Denise acting like she about to quit. Y'all, I know my name on the chopping block. I just want a full belly of rice because, you know, you vote me out. I'm going to go over here on the edge of extinction and I want to be full so I can try to get back into this game. And what she say? And I'm going to use all my fire tokens that I have left tonight to buy you all a new bag of rice. Let's just eat up all the rice we have right now. And I'm rolling my eyes at the TV. I'm like, oh, hold on, y'all. Let me fix this camera. I'm like, I know she just ain't quit. I know she not quitting the game. She could have, I was like, she could have quit a long time ago if she was just going to up and quit for some rice. But no, this will fake me out. They like, no, we getting ready to get rid of Nick. Nick is the new vote. Okay, so now Nick is over here talking to Tony, Michelle. Is Sarah over there? I forgot who over there. But he's like, look, and Nick is, people bringing up good points, but nobody wants to listen. Nick is like, look, Ben won his last season off of making a fire. Tony, can you make a fire? Michelle, can you make a fire? Oh, so we just gonna let Ben get to the final 4 and make this fire and send one of us home. We think Ben should go. And Tony was almost here for it because he was like, this would be a good night to get rid of Ben. He feels safe. He ain't gonna play his idol. Bam. So I'm like, okay, good. That'll be good. But nah, Tony got to get up in the spy shack. And I ain't mad. I love that little eagle shack. I ain't mad at it. He over there and he hears some good tea. Here come Denise with Ben and Sarah. Look, y'all know we can't beat Tony, right? So we need to hurry up and get rid of him because we can all go to the final 4, but I want to sit with you 3 at the final 3. Now, Denise, I don't understand. I know I said I give credit to anyone who's willing to have their eyes open to see that they can't beat Tony and they need to get rid of them. But if Denise isn't the one pulling the trigger, I don't see her beating Sarah. I think if Tony wasn't there and it was just Ben and Denise, the win would go to Sarah. I don't. That's what I think. The win would go to Sarah, because Sarah has enough friends over there, and she is perceived to be the one playing behind Tony. I don't know, but now Tony all up in his spot shack. It was like, okay, now it's got to be Denise, because Denise don't want to sit at the final four with me. Oh, she can go right now. And so now we're going into tribal council. I don't know who's going home. They done threw out 3 names: Nick, Denise, Ben. I'm voting that Ben. I want Ben to go because that has the most sense. That makes the most sense. Because that's the only thing I can see knocking Tony out is if Denise or Sarah win that final 4. They putting Ben and Tony in the fire making, and Ben can knock Tony out. I really don't want Tony to lose this game for a fire making challenge at the final 4. That was suck, because he's playing the best game. Like, he, as of right now, and I don't even see how anyone knocks him out, but as of right now, he deserves to win the game. So anyway, tribunal, no more whispering. Let's vote. Bye, Nick, bye. Like, bye, Nick, bye. It's kind of like hindsight 2020. You should have voted for Ben last week, but hey, you rolled the dice, and now you're gone. It is what it is. Okay, so flash forward to Edge of Extinction. It's the last night there. Everybody reminiscing. I ain't going through all that. It's a challenge tomorrow. Everyone has cashed out their fire tokens. Everyone is buying advantages. The only one who has the most tokens is my girl Natalie. Natalie, what they had, she had 14 tokens, so she bought 3 advantages in the next challenges. She bought a huge thing of peanut butter so she could stack up on the protein. And then she said, hey, even if I can't get in for whatever reason, I can't win this challenge. Tyson won the last time, so I'm buying him an idol. So if we get in there, we gonna stir up some shit for at least 1 vote. I'm here for it, Natalie. I'm here for it. And then she had 6 tokens left. I feel like you should have hedged your bets, because you can't use the tokens anymore on the edge or in the game. You should have gave maybe, Rob already had an idol. I would have gave one to Window. I would have maybe gave one. Who else has a good chance of getting into this? Maybe Yule or Sophie, like the people who you know might can win this challenge over you. I would have spent all my fire tokens and would have been passing out idols. But maybe they said no. I don't know. But I hope Natalie wins. I would love to see Natalie just get back into the game. Can anyone from this challenge, which will be showed next week, and next week is the finale, which saddens me. Ugh. But can anyone get back in and win the game over anyone else out there? Let's think about this. I think maybe, let's say Natalie. Natalie gets back into the game. I don't think Natalie is a good example, because I think Natalie wouldn't get it, because they'll be like, you haven't been here the whole time. The whole time. Like, she has a ton of friends on the edge, but would they give her the win? The only way they would be able to give her the win is she would have to get rid of Sarah and Tony. Denise's little vote of getting out Sandra, that don't even count for nothing right now. Matter of fact, when you look at it right now and the way Tony is dominating, it was a stupid vote. Denise, you should have got rid of Tony. You should have used Sandra's idol and got rid of Tony like Sandra told you to. That's what you should have did. Because I guarantee you, Sandra wouldn't have won 3 challenges in a row. Sandra wouldn't have won any of these immunity challenges. She would have been on camp talking her shit, but y'all could have just ignored her and used her as a vote. That was my challenge. Y'all could have got rid of Sandra anywhere at this final 6, final 7. Y'all could have used Sandra as a number and got rid of a lot of good players. Because she wasn't going to do anything in these challenges over here on in the game. We ain't flashing back, but I don't even want to run down the players because I feel like no one can win this game as long as Tony is in it. Tony has the ability to win. Tony can really win out. Tony can win out. Because that domino challenge was close. Ben was in second place with the disadvantage, and Tony was right behind him. So Tony can win out. Ben can win out. They both have idols in their pockets if you do try to comfort them. When is the last time they can play these idols? I'm hoping that the person who comes back from the edge plays their idol. And you can't knock out Michelle or Denise. But I feel like we're going to have another one of them challenges like next week where everyone's going to play their idol. Tony might end up with immunity and give his idol to Sarah. And then by default, Michelle or Denise going to have to go. I don't know, y'all. See, I'm about to start rambling. It's so good. I haven't heard, get in the comments if you know what they're going to do about the finale. Because I know next week is the finale, which is supposed to be live. Like, is it going to be a Zoom reunion? They're going to announce the winner on Zoom, on TV? That's not exciting. But we shall see. I still can't wait to see it. I hope Tony wins this game. I feel like he deserves to win this game. The moves I've seen in this past few weeks have been amazing to me. He deserves to be the winner of all winners. To me, it will seem like a robbed, like you can get away with regular Survivor and someone winning, you be like, oh, they got robbed. I don't want the winner's season to be a robberization. I know that ain't no damn word. Anyway, y'all, go ahead and hit subscribe. I know next week is the finale, but it's gonna be some more shows I'm gonna be reviewing. You might as well go ahead and hit subscribe and come along and see what else is coming up next. And go ahead and get in the comments and let's discuss who we think is going to win this game. I wish I would have put money on Tony on my power rankings. I really did. I didn't see it for him. And then like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I will see you all next week for the Winners at War finale. I might have to throw a little party or something. Talk to y'all later. Bye.